Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's finally summer here and the weather is actually at like in the 30s, which is great, but at the same time I'm feeling the heat a lot. But I decided today was a great day to sit down and do my November wrap up and December TBR. Don't mind me if I get a little bit off track or anything. I'm a little dazed at the moment. I just wake up from a nap. I've just had like a really busy weekend and I'm trying to adjust back to like the right sleeping times, and my body functions aren't really working properly, but let's get started. So this month I kind of hit a slump. I thought that after my exams I would just hit straight into the books and like read like crazy, but I didn't, which is really disappointing. I only finished 3 books. That's nothing. That's not even like, I don't even know what to say about myself, but the first book I finished this month was A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. I eventually got around to finishing it after 2 months of like reading it. It's not that it's boring, it's actually really interesting. It's just that once you start reading, you get really immersed into it, and then you put it down and you kind of I kind of forgot about it, and then when I picked it up again, like the same pattern sort of happened. And because it's so thick, like it sometimes put me off reading it, and there were parts where it just weren't really necessary. But I have a full review of it on my blog, and you can click the link in the description bar below to read it. But so that was the first book. And then I finished Deathless by Catherine M. Valente, and this was more of a easy breezy read that I really enjoyed. I've mentioned this a couple of times, but I do have a review on it. So click on the book here to watch the review, or I do have a link in the description bar below. It's a nice little modern day fairy tale, which was a great break for me from reading all these thick books that kind of put me off reading. And then lastly, I read Raven Girl by Audrey Niffenegger, who is the author of The Time Traveler's Wife. It's a small 80-page picture book, also a modern day fairy tale about a raven who meets a postman who meets a raven and falls in love, and they have a little daughter called the Raven Girl. It's a great story, especially about human instincts, I guess, the human nature, how we fit in the world and everything. I have written a review about it, and the link will be in the description bar below as well. But that was all for my November reads, and I think I set out maybe 6 books to read the past month, and I only ended up reading 3. Only 2 were planned as well, I think, so that's pretty sad. Moving on to my December TBR, and this time I'm not going to be too ambitious, only because I know this month it's going to be crazy hectic. Christmas is coming up and I'm working. It's just going to be crazy, but I hope I'll be able to finish the 4 books that I've set out, so I don't feel like a complete idiot. First up is George R.R. Martin's A Clash of Kings, and yes, I'm still trying to trudge through all of the books in this series. At the moment I am only probably 1/10, maybe 1/8 in. It's getting a lot better. I don't know if I'm going to finish the series this month. I'm probably gonna like just set out a book for each month and hope I remember everything probably, but this is the first book out. Next is Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. I bought the entire box set this month, and you can click here if you want to watch my November haul. There's quite a lot of books in there, and I have watched the movie. I've already started reading it because when I look at the Song of Ice and Fire series, it sometimes puts me off reading, so I take a quick break and read this instead. I love it because it's so easy to read. The writing is a lot easier to understand. It reminds me a lot of when I was like a child, and when I was reading books in school, so I really like this at the moment. Next is Kate Morton's The Secret Keeper, and yes, this was also in my November TBR. I am going to finish this off this month because, as I said, I love Kate Morton and this seems like a gem already. And lastly, I'm going to finish off with The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. And this is a fantasy novel about a girl who can walk through people's dreams. So she's a dream walker, yep, and she breaks into people's minds and she works for the criminal underworld. I thought this would be a great end to the month. Just a little fantasy that I hope I really enjoy, and it was free as well. So that's, I thought someone was coming in. So that's all for my December TBR. I probably should have selected a few that were connected to Christmas or something, but in Australia our Christmas is summer, and there aren't really many books that have summer settings for Christmas novels. They're all like snow and stuff. But well, that's all for today. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.